And I didn't really realize I was poor until I was probably like 16, because my mom had done such a great job of comforting me and making me feel like I had enough, but also telling me like, we don't have a lot. And she's one of those people, she was always driven to one, take care of me, but also make sure we was both straight. So having that moment of me and my mom being at that table in New York, and you see the ticker going down, and you get that moment of, with whatever pick the team selects and it's your name, it's like,
it's crazy.
Everything that you've been through, it's like a matter of 10-second span where you like, dang. And then you remember everything that you went through, you, your family, parents, whoever was with you going through anything in life at that point. It all goes through your mind, and then you walk across the stage, and it's like, most people don't get this opportunity.
Who is Bam Adebayo, and how did he drop 83 points in a single game last night? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bam Adebayo is basically my cousin, all right? Well, he's not my real cousin, but we both have the same last name, which is Adebayo. And we both got similar stories too, kind of. So, without further ado, we are going to dive into Bam Adebayo's life story to figure out who he is, where did he come from, and what was the fire and the fuel that he was carrying inside that was let out last night in that wonderful performance of breaking Kobe's record. So let's dive into it.
I come from a single wide trailer in the rural area of a small town in North Carolina. Like, nobody, if you go to my hometown, you'd be like, there's no way somebody makes it out of this. I was very shy when I was younger, and I was one of those kids that was really standoffish. My mom raised me to do everything right, be on time, go to school, have perfect attendance, but I never said anything when I went to school. So my earlier years was like a struggle, because I wanted friends, but I didn't know how to communicate, because it was always me and my mom. I knew how to communicate with my mom, but at the end of the day, I had to grow to actually talk to people.
And that's something that we both share too, because I struggled with my speech and with talking with people and with stuttering for a long time in my life, especially when I was younger. And it wasn't until I got older and now that I'm a grown man that I'm actually one of the best communicators that you will actually meet now. But it was a long journey to get to that point.
Coming from where we come from, and then having to shift from a small mindset of, you know, I'm good where I'm at, and then going to playing basketball, and now you're going from city to city every weekend. It was definitely a shock to me, because I didn't want to grow as a person. I was like, I'm cool with the friends that I have. I don't need any more friends. Like, these are my friends until the day I die.
Take me to the river, drop me in the water.
With the all-new
College was like my preparation for getting me ready for the NBA. And it kind of woke me up to what I thought the NBA was going to be like. Our schedule was packed from sunup to sundown. And that's where it really hit me that I was on my own and becoming an adult. So sitting in my dorm, I had to figure out how I could understand being on time, getting my classwork done, going to the gym, extra hours in the gym, staying focused in the classroom, and I had to handle all of that at once. And sitting in my room, I remember breaking down, because I was like, yo, why am I here at this point? You know, that's when you get in those phases where basketball is not going the way it's supposed to go. And then obviously the classwork just compounds on top of that, to the point where it's like, why do I have to wake up at 6 a.m., go work out, come back, go to class, take tests, and then you walk around and you see all these regular students. They get to wake up at 9 o'clock, go to their 10 a.m.s. They don't have to do all these sprints that aren't guaranteeing anything. College was a wake up for me. but I just had to figure out how to lock in and make everything simple, but make everything the main focus. She is one of those people who she's gonna find a way, she's gonna make a way, and even if she has nothing to work with, she's somehow gonna make a way for me to have clothes on my back, food on the table. And I didn't really realize I was poor until I was probably like 16, because my mom had done such a great job of comforting me and making me feel like I had enough, but also telling me like we don't have a lot. And she's one of those people, she was always driven to one, take care of me, but also make sure we was both straight. So having that moment of me and my mom being at that table in New York, and you see the ticker going down, and you get that moment of with whatever pick
14 overall
the
pick.
team
That's one of my
selects
favorite
and
numbers,
it's
too,
your
14.
name, it's like
It's crazy.
everything that you've been through. It's like a matter of 10-second span where you like, dang. And then you remember everything that you went through. You, your family, parents, whoever was with you going through anything in life at that point. It all goes through your mind, and then you walk across the stage, and it's like, most people don't get this opportunity. I wanted people to know my name, who I was, what I represented, and what I come from. The first time I really understood that it was a business was my rookie year, and a guy from my summer league team was at the gym. So I pull up, his car started outside the front door. And I'm thinking like, all right, he's just putting stuff in the car, whatever. And he was like, nah, man, I got cut. He was like, I'm gonna just work out and try to find a new deal. So by the time I walk past him and tell him good luck, I sit in my locker, and like 2 minutes later, the guy who he got cut, the next guy for his job walked in. And so that's when it hit me, it was like, it's a business. They don't care about your feelings. They care about the end goal, which is winning. It takes a will, it takes an effort, a sacrifice, just a mentality to really put your body on the line to go through that. Because a lot of people be like, nah, I don't want to play defense. I just want to go play offense because it's fun. It's funner than getting stops, you know. Everybody always looks at the last column, which is how many points did he score in the game? And people forget that that other side of the court exists because of the entertainment business. So for me, it's that will, it's that passion, it's that mentality. It's what I've been through, and it's just one of those niches that I know I have. I want to get Defensive Player of the Year just so I can have the award. More than anything, just being consistent. I feel like the hardest thing to do in this lifetime is be consistent every day. You know, I feel like that's a standard that I'll try to uphold this season. I always get a pinch me moment when I do get to walk into the arena. You think about the history of some franchises. Like Dwayne Wade was my teammate at one point. I still get those pinch me moments because it's just the history of our franchise. So walking through there, it's like you get to see when they went on those amazing runs with the big three. You get to hear about the history of when D Wade and UD won the first one. So yeah, I still get those pinch me moments. Kids are our future, and you know, getting them to understand that like they have a life that matters, no matter where they are on earth. Like their life matters to somebody, to someone, to whoever it is. But you know, this camp is really for them to understand that like Bam Adebayo cares about your life. The fact that me and my team have been to the finals twice out of the last 4 years, but every year they be like, oh, Miami is a dark horse. Miami's not good enough to do that again. The first time was a fluke. And it's a lot of disrespect. Like I said, we've been to 2 finals in the last 4 years. We've been to 3 Eastern Conference finals in the last 4 years, and I don't think anybody else in the East has done that in the last 4 years. And we're doing it with 60% of our roster being undrafted and helping us win and somewhat at a point carrying us to the finals. You know, for me, I feel like that should be a bigger story than it is. Everybody always seems to be shocked when we're at the top again.
This the free throw. Get you 83.
Man, so what's up? A lot of emotions. One was making the free throw, but to have that moment, to be marked in history forever. You know, I wasn't able to just score coming into this league and to be able to get 83 is special. No,
Okay. I would have taken you out at 7.
yes, sir. That's okay.
Damn it! You did it.
Yes, sir. There you guys have it. That is Bam Adebayo's story, his life story. Super motivational, super inspirational. Like I said, both me and Bam have the same last name, Adebayo, which means the crown meets joy. He came at a joyful time. So the name is a very prestigious royal name that comes from Nigeria, from the Yoruba tribe. So salute to Bam, bro. You dropped 83 points. You just beat Kobe Bryant's record. You're second all time, right after Wilt Chamberlain. I'm lost for words, man. Especially because I've been supporting Bam since college. As soon as I found out that there was a player that had the same last name as me, because y'all don't realize, growing up with an African last name, people always try to make fun of it, crack jokes. How do you say your name? What is your name? You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll say your name wrong on purpose. Like, they'll just make you feel really, really bad for having a foreign name when you growing up in the inner city, like Chicago, which is like, that's where I'm from. Growing up in Chicago, people used to make me feel bad about having a foreign last name that nobody can pronounce. But thanks to Bam, the whole world gonna be able to pronounce our name now, because this shit going down in the history books. So y'all need to put some respect on our name, finally. Adebayo, legendary royal name from West Africa. We some dogs, man. We the underdogs. We got it in our blood. We got that championship spirit. We got that royal kingly spirit that's in our blood, that's in our nature. That's who we are. Put some respect on it, man. And make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you comment on this video. Did you enjoy the game? And to all the haters out there, y'all know damn well that Kobe Bryant would be congratulating Bam right now for beating his record. You know why? Because Kobe is a competitor. He understands the value of putting in hard work and then going out there and shocking the world. So Kobe will be proud of Bam. Stop the hate on folks now. And make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Click the post notification bell. We got more videos on the way. Appreciate y'all, man. It's MARKO Stats, man. Y'all know what the fuck it is, man. Love. Swayze.